Hello, tutor mates. I am Rosa Joana Sanchez Ramon. In this opportunity, I want to share with you about proposal for principal approach to the development of ELT materials. Okay, let's begin. Number 1. What should ELT materials have? First one, expose the learners to language in authentic use. Second one, help learners to pay attention to features of authentic input. Third one, provide the learners with opportunities to use the target language to achieve communicative purpose. Fourth one, provide opportunities for outcome feedback. Fifth one, achieve impact in the sense that they arouse and sustain the learner curiosity and attention. Sixth one, stimulate intellectual, aesthetic, and emotional involvement. Okay, let's continue. Principle of language acquisition 1. The learners are exposed to a rich, meaningful, and comprehensible input of language in use. And the principle of materials development language acquisition 1 are: first one, make sure that the materials contain a lot of speaking and reading text. Second one, make sure that the language the learners are exposed to is authentic in the sense that it represents how their language is typically used. Third one, make sure that the language input is contextualized. Fourth one, make sure that the learners are exposed to sufficient samples of language in authentic use. Okay, let's continue. Principle of language acquisition 2. The learners, to maximize their exposure to language in use, they need to be engaged both effectively and cognitively in the language experience. And the principles of materials development language acquisition 2 are: first, prioritize the potential for engagement by a syllabus. Second one, make use of activities which get the learners to think about what they are reading or listening to and to respond to its personality. Third one, make use of activities which get learners to think and feel before, during, and after using the target language for communication. Let's continue. Principle of language acquisition 3. Learners who achieve positive effect are much more likely to achieve communicate competence than those who don't know. The principle of materials development language acquisition 3 are: first one, make sure the text and tags are as interesting. Second one, set achievable challenges which help to raise the learner's self-esteem when success is accomplished. Third one, stimulate emotive responses through the use of music, songs, literature, art, etc., through making use of controversial and provocative texts. Let's continue. Principle of language acquisition 4. Learners can benefit from using those mental resources which they typically utilize when acquiring and using their language one. And the principle of materials development language acquisition for are: first one, make use of activities which get learners to visualize and or use inner speech before, during, and after experiencing and reading or spoken text. Second one, make use of activities which get learners to visualize and or use inner speech before, during, and after using language themselves. Third one, make use of activities which help the learners to reflect on their mental activity during a task and then to try to make more use of mental strategies in a similar task. Okay, let's continue. Principle of language acquisition 5. Language learner can benefit from noticing salient features of the input. The principle of materials development language acquisition 5 are: first one, use an experiential approach in which the learner are first of all provided with an experience which engages them holistically. This enables the learners to apprehend before they comprehend and to intuit before they explore. Second one, rather than drawing the learner's attention to a particular feature of a text and then providing explicit information about its use, and it is much more powerful to help the learners preferable and collaboration to make discoveries for themselves. Let's continue. Principle of language acquisition 6. Learners need opportunities to use language to try to achieve communicative purpose. And the principle of materials development language acquisition 6 are: number 1. Provide many opportunities for the learners to produce language in order to achieve intended outcomes. Second, make sure that these output activities are designed so that the learners are using language rather than just practicing specific features of it. Third one, design output activities so that they help learners to develop their ability to communicate fluently, accurately, appropriately, and effectively. Okay, this is all for today. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.